Hello, everyone, and welcome to the show where after the collision, we sift through
the wreckage.
That's got to be a new world record, that one. The Wreckage. I am your host, Jimmy T. He is my co-host, the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And you're listening and watching live right here on Humming Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, channelattitude.com after the fact. Vet, how are you, man? And what's going on?
I'm great.
You're great? Just
yes,
not
the end
great?
period. No follow-up questions. Yeah. No, I'm good. My weekend's just getting started. Always start my weekend off after a hard week of work with a fresh edition of Wreckage, just to really get the adrenaline pumping. When you like when you get off when you know you don't have to go to work, or even when you were a kid, when you know you don't have to go to school, even though as tired as you are at the end of the day, but you get that adrenaline surge of knowing that you don't have to go back the next day.
Best feeling.
Yeah. So
that is the greatest feeling. I don't remember those days fondly, man. But yeah, you're right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
But
so that's where we're at now.
Well, I'm happy to be here, and so are you. That's all that matters. And I just want to acknowledge the chat too. Just say hello to everybody. Thank you, Frank's Pickle Barrel's ass, J12, Elizabeth, Zach Minga, and of course Scotty Woodford in his house. Thank you for joining us. But Vet, I don't know, man. I'm a bit up in the air with AEW this week. I felt like Dynamite was going to put me to sleep, but yet Collision seemed a little better, in my opinion. Am I wrong?
No, I think Collision kept things moving. There was stuff that didn't seem like it had as much consequence, but at least it didn't last too long. They crammed a lot in on that Collision, really seemed like. So good for the people that have short attention spans. Bad for the people that are hoping that things make sense or develop in a exciting and interesting way. But I guess, we'll talk about that when we get there. I'll point those things out.
And we will in a moment. But also, what's up with 2.5 hour Dynamite on the 6th year anniversary? Who does shows like 2.5 hours? Shouldn't it be 3?
Yeah, it's funny, right? Because the first thing I thought was like, so you're getting a bonus scheduled half hour when sometimes you go damn near a half hour over. So does that mean that you have 2.5 hours promised and you're still going to go over? Like, are you going to go 235, 240? Like what's the overrun? Or will you actually end a show when you say you're going to end a show for once? Who knows? I'm actually curious, even though it doesn't matter to me because I'm never watching it on TBS anyway.
Yeah, well, yeah, that makes 2 of us. It's just weird, man. That's all. Now, as far as the news goes, again, it's been a slow friggin' week. I don't know if you've watched. Obviously, you and Ray will cover it this week on the next level. But did you watch No Mercy at all yet?
Nope.
No, I'm not going to say nothing. Then it's better that I don't. But I'm surprised. That's all I'm going to say, in my opinion, anyway. What is it around here, man? She said, why is it so nothing going on? Oh, well, since you do the Impact Attack, as a matter of fact, you and Brandon, what's this about Ash by Elegance relinquishes her TNA Knockouts world title and stepping away from in-ring wrestling? Is that a fact? Is she just, what's going on there?
I don't know. I have not kept up with it. I heard this. Exactly, no more information than what you just said. I've heard the same thing, that she's, relinquishing the title for some reason.
I didn't even realize she was champion.
Yeah, is this a Naomi situation, or is this a injury situation, or?
There's no word on why or what, but I hope she's not coming back to WWE. That's for sure.
No. And so I didn't watch Impact. I didn't watch Victory Road. I haven't watched anything. So,
oh God,
I barely was able to watch the stuff I have to cover so far, so I'll try to have to. Now I'm going to have to watch. You know how I was talking at the beginning, how I'm excited to start my weekend, but that weekend is going to include a lot of wrestling I don't care about too. So, oh boy,
it's the worst, Vic. You know it, man. It is what it is. When you have to catch up on crap, but that's our job. Also, AJ Styles has come out and said that he's planning on retiring sometime in 2026, which is very soon. Now, obviously, we don't know the concrete date. I guess whenever he feels like it. Is that a good time for him to retire, or do you think he's still probably got a few more years left under his hood?
I think if AJ felt like he had some reason to stick around, he'd probably stay around as long as he wanted to.
Oh, for sure.
I think the reason that he's looking at retirement is probably because, for what? Like, what is AJ Styles even doing right now?
Exactly. I don't know if you.
So you're already semi-retired, so you might as well just go the full 9 and retire.
It's true, man, and you know he's going to put Cena over to a crown jewel 100%. Like you know that. Yeah. I mean, look, we'll see. It's going to be sad when he's gone. Because AJ, like I said, man, we've watched him over the years from TNA to New Japan, all the way to him being in WWE, which was awesome to see. But I'll be sad, man, once he's called it quits, that's for sure, man. And what's going on with Edge, you think, Vet? Is he... What's going on, man? Is this all... Now that I watch Dynamite, right, for example, it feels like a work of some sort, man. Like, I don't know if he is going to WWE. I don't get that impression as much anymore, but... Or am I wrong? I don't know, man. How do you feel about this?
I don't know. Why would he go there?
Well, apparently Cena, for him to be Cena's last match, allegedly.
Oh, what? Come on.
That
he should have thought about that before he left to go and, slum it over with all the backyarders.
Well, that's true. Maybe he's got a handshake deal with AEW right now, man, for what we know.
Fine. Maybe he'll go. Look, I don't care. Is that what you want to see it? Do you really want to see it?
Not really.
Okay,
no.
Well.
I mean, before I've seen it at their peak.
Right. Yeah, we've seen it at the peak. Why do we want to see it in the sad version? Why do we want to see, damn. Well, I mean, I was going to say, why do we want to see Jordan on the Wizards? But even that was better than some of these.
Come on, man. Jordan at the Wizards still had a great couple of seasons, man. I mean, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? And he was in his 40s at the time, wasn't he? Late 30s, early 40s. He retired at 40, 41. Officially,
something,
but anyway, we're not here to talk MJ. But yeah, there's that. There's really not much going on. I mean, it's been kind of quiet, man. The last
everybody,
couple of weeks,
it seems like we got at least a couple of people that want to talk about Gail Kim, but I don't.
Okay, we can go there if you want.
I don't have all the information, so if you're going to bring up the story, like I want to make sure we're a little bit thorough on it because I usually sort of like. Yeah, normally what happens is somebody will bring up like a half-assed version of the story and then I'll comment on that and then I'll read a bunch or hear a bunch of information later and be like, I wish I knew that when I commented on it. So I don't really know what she said. I don't know why people are mad.
I'll get to it. I just got to dig because it's sort of like early last week sort of news, you know what I mean? Because we're at the end of, or the start of the week, shall we say. Because it is Sunday morning. By now, it kind of feels old, but it all happened on Twitter, man. But let me just...
Well, the first thing... Let me just say with the first thing I saw...
Yeah, go for it.
Are you ready, or do you still need time to look some stuff up?
No, I'm not ready, so keep going.
Okay, all right. So perfect. So the first thing I hear about, it sounds like she's I saw a comment from Brett Lauderdale about Gail Kim.
That's right.
So that makes me think she probably said something about GCW or that type of wrestling or something. Now I'm hearing about comments on Rijos, which is completely different.
Is that
so
too?
I don't know.
That too?
Yeah. So I at first I was just like, okay. And then, yeah, but I haven't seen, and then I probably saw what Dave Meltzer said, but without the full context of everything that's been going on, I really just don't know. Where was this? Was this like a podcast interview she did? Is this one of those things where,
No, she was
or
on
was this all
X.
on social media?
I'm pretty sure it was all on social media, but basically she trashed death matches. She hates death matches, right? I mean, is that such a big deal that she came out and said that?
I mean, not to me.
Same
Don't
here.
whenever we do the reviews, don't, the first thing I say every time we talk about one of these garbage matches is I say, now garbage matches aren't my favorite match.
Right.
So how am I going to sit there and like be critical of Gail Kim for not liking it? I'm the wrong person. So anyways.
And that's what you saw Lauderdale freaking complaining. So there's that. And then about Riho and Kenny, I mean, he didn't really say that much, but anyway, look, I'll get to that. To me, this was the bigger deal than trashing freaking garbage. Anyway, this is what the whole thing is, right? Kim asked for examples. Wait, what was going on here? So, oh damn it, my thing just crashed. But anyway, she just basically said about Riho being.
This is a bad time to lose Jimmy because I'm counting on him. Well, maybe I should just already start looking it up myself because where can I find this easily? Let's see here. Let's Google Gail Kim. Hey, sexy picture. Oh, Yahoo Sports is reporting on this. Interesting. Huh. So she was talking about a spot in a death match. Interesting. Interesting. I'm a headline reader now. So, let's try the Yahoo. Let's try the Yahoo thing. That was my first mistake. Sorry. Sorry for my mistake. Let's see. Yada yada yada. Playlist of Cornette's comments. Gail Kim said, oh, Jimmy's PT crashed. Okay, yeah. I know what that's about. That happened to me a couple times. I think I know what he could do to fix it too. I'll tell him that later. Gail said, the only issue that I had was that he made a comment about her teeth. I will say, and I haven't watched AEW in a very long time, but when I did watch Rio, and nothing against her at all, because, I am the biggest supporter of all women who want to make it this business. I did feel uncomfortable watching her because the camera shots would go up her skirt and she was always dressed like a very little girl and it felt improper. I'm also into very believable wrestling. Not everyone is, especially nowadays. It was very hard for me to believe a little girl is being portrayed of that size was fighting the women they had in that division. To put it into context, I find Io, Mia, Asuka, Kairi, and Lei Ying to be more believable, and I don't feel uncomfortable watching. All right. So as far as that goes, she didn't really say anything like inflammatory there, but people are going to take it that way, I guess. But yeah. Yeah, Rio wears that skirt, but she also wears those like the trunks that she wears under the skirt are not sexy at all, so it's not like you're not really seeing anything there. The skirt is just decorative, and that's just a style, I guess, you know. That's a Japanese thing. You got to take it up with Japan. Kenny Omega made a nasty tweet to her about Gail doing the splits for TKO. Okay. These are the same a-holes that will tell you mental health is important, but that shut you down when you try to have an opinion and ignore you when you reach out for help. Yeah, probably. Gail Kim is right and she is the best ever. Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, the TKO thing is kind of interesting. I mean, didn't TNA fire her or something? So I'd be like a little bit miffed there. Then there was, okay, whatever. I watched her years ago, and that's what I commented on, talking about Riho, I guess. I love Toni Storm. I think she's doing the best work of her career. I like Chris Statlander, but I do want to watch more. I have a bias with Deanna, so I wish they could do more with her too. Yeah. Okay, so here's Kenny Omega's tweet was, Another day and another quote legend doing the splits on it for the yearly TKO gift basket. Damn. That's kind of, now to me, Kenny saying that is kind of like, that's like a little bit crossing the line, pun intended, because she wasn't that derogatory of Rio. I think Rio is more just like an example of somebody that was, Rio's Rio. She's in the position she's in. If they book her for something, what's she going to say? No. So I don't blame her at all, but, I would expect Kenny to go and say something like that if Gail had been a little more, venomous, I guess. I mean, Gail's comments seem pretty measured here. Even if you take them out of context, she doesn't say anything like particularly, mean. So I don't get it. And her response to Kenny was, if you're trying to beat around the bush and misinterpret things like the rest of the Yahoos, let me clarify that you are wrong. And if you're not talking about me, then I'll apologize. But with all the tribalistic crazies out yesterday misinterpreting things, I was, yes, assuming so. So, yeah. And then you got, I don't know. I don't know why. I still, in a way, like, I still don't know why people feel the need to, like, acknowledge the social media backlash they get. Like, when it comes at you from all sides, like, you got people on one side defending you, you got people on the other side attacking you, and I think they're both equally invalid because nobody there knows you. So it's kind of weird either way. I wouldn't want to be like, being in that position. I just don't see why. It's just so much. I don't know how you need to acknowledge it. I don't know why you need to comment on it, especially if you're just doing an interview somewhere. But this was apparently like, the Rio thing started off the Brett Lauderdale thing. Because Jim Cornette said some stuff about Asian wrestlers. And Jim Cornette, as we've discussed here, we talked a lot about Jim Cornette here because I use Jim Cornette as an example of somebody who can no longer be taken seriously when it comes to talent evaluation, because it's based solely on his personal relationships. He will completely overlook anything that somebody that he likes does, whereas he literally because he does, like, for an example, right? I won't even use the Okada example because that's too easy. But I'm talking about, so you guys know Gates of Agony, right? Bishop Khan and Toa Leona. So he always calls him Tia Leone, like after the actress, because that's part of his bit or whatever. And one of the episodes he was talking about them, he so doesn't know who these people are that he was like, the fat guy, like like Tia Leone and the other fat guy. So he called Bishop Khan a fat guy. You don't know what Bishop Khan looks like? Google that. And you tell me Jim Cornette can't even use his eyes and his glasses to see what somebody looks like. So how am I supposed to trust his opinion on what he sees in the ring anymore? Now, if you want to talk about wrestling history, you want to talk about wrestling psychology and, talking about drawing money and things like that, like in those times, in those eras, and you want to know that kind of stuff, invaluable resource. We'll be very sad to lose him. But as far as like when he's just talking about what he sees in the ring these days, I'm sorry. That's, you got to take it with a whole shaker of salt. So when his rant about, Japanese women wrestlers is just dismissive, the same way that, he could be right about some people and other people it's not the case. So, I mean, asking Gail Kim what her opinion of his comments are, this is a case where, and then also in this situation, Jim Cornette jumped in and defended Gail Kim. Why? Because he knows her and they had a personal relationship. Go figure. But if Gail Kim was somebody that he never worked with and never watched or anything like that, then he would probably call her a Japanese schoolgirl, even though she's American. It's this is the kind of people we're dealing with. So, yeah. Right. Yeah. And then you got, of course he's going to put over AJ Lee, but if she wasn't CM Punk's wife, what would he say? You know what I mean? Like, I know exactly what he'd say about that, but he can't say that, right? Because he just won't separate, and maybe he shouldn't. Maybe he should just do whatever he wants because it's his show and he can do what he wants, and he can be entertaining and do what he wants. And the stuff that he says is funny even when he's wrong. But at the same time, like, this is one of the things that I wanted to avoid in terms of, when people would bring up people's comments on podcasts or whatever, and then like, what do you think about, what are your thoughts on that? And I'm like, I don't know. My thoughts is go listen to the podcast yourself. I don't care to comment on it. But anyway, yeah. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Let's look. Let's read some of you guys for a second here. I'll go backwards. Sort of like my show now. Yeah, my show. I think you guys probably can agree that I'm pretty fair. And if I don't know something, then I'll just turn it into a bit. Enjoy Gail Kim versus Awesome Kong rivalry. Yeah, that stuff was good, man. Awesome Kong was great. Like, one of my favorite reasons to watch TNA back then. Gail Kim's a Rip Rogers girl. That's right. OV dub, baby. What's up, Charles? How you living? Yeah, Canadian. Gail Kim's Canadian. Sorry. What did I say? She was American? Yeah. She's Canadian first. And looks like Jimmy's joining us. Hey, Jimmy.
God damn it, man. Screw these damn PCs. Sorry about that. Just crashed once. I was about to get into Gail Kim, but how much have I missed since? What are you talking about right now, actually?
I covered everything. And now I was just reading some of the chat comments after I said what I wanted to say. Basically, I just summed it up by saying, this is all just people commenting on comments on comments on comments, and it's all kind of silly. That was my summary, I guess.
It was childhood. It was childish shit, really, bro. Like, that's all it was. I don't even know why it became a bigger deal than it was, to be honest.
Yeah.
No, lad, Brad, it had nothing to do with my internet, man. It was all this stupid desktop that I'm using right now. Is a bit, I don't know, man.
Well, I'll
crashes.
After the show is over, then we'll talk about that because I might have a fix for you.
Oh, really? Because you were going through the similar issues, weren't you?
Yes, and what I did seems to have worked, so maybe it's an issue that you're facing as well.
Okay, because for hours I didn't have this issue.
We don't need to talk about it now. It doesn't matter now. Yeah. Let's just keep this thing rolling. Besides Gail Kim, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Anything that you think we should bring up?
So what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
There really wasn't much, man. There really wasn't much, like I said. But if anyone else, if we're missing something, please let us know and we'll talk about it. Awesome Kong versus Gail Kim. Series over strong forever. Booker T versus Benoit. Remember that? The best out of 7 match? That's what you're talking about, Hammer?
Yeah, it's so amazing. They tried to recreate it several times with different people, and it just Really wasn't the same.
I mean, I didn't mind it, but was it really? I don't know, man. But anyway, like I said, peeps, if there's anything you want us to talk about, we'll talk about it. Otherwise, I guess it's time to put gloves on, maybe.
Yeah, we might as well.
I mean, there really isn't much to say. I mean, really, there really isn't.
Nothing that, hasn't already been covered.
No, there's no news, man. It's been quiet. Unless what? Like, we can talk about how everyone's complaining about Triple H. I mean, Stevie got into that too.
Oh yeah, Triple H. Everyone's favorite.
Right. You know what I mean? For example, everyone wants to talk about how 23-24, he was, like real good apparently. And then you got 25 and suddenly like he's just not as good as he used to be apparently. You know what I mean? So, but you know what? When it comes to Triple H, man, I think he has a lot of restraints possibly, especially in 2025. The amount of crap that was going on around him with the whole, final boss bullshit, the Travis Scott bullshit, all that not happening. I think that was out of his control, to be fair.
Oh, definitely. Well, look, you just can't, this is what happens. You put yourself out there and you take the heat. And maybe that's what he's doing. Maybe that's all part of the idea, I mean,
what can he do? You know what I mean? Like, really, what can he do? Like, if there's so much politics going on like that, I'm
not saying that, there's a couple things I want people to consider. Now, I don't want anybody to think that this is what I 100% believe, or that this really anything that's happening, but it's just something to consider, just to give you an idea of how my mind works as far as why might certain things be a certain way. Number one, Triple H may think with the size of the ego that we've known he's had in the past, which for all we know, he may have just done whatever, I've talked about it. He did whatever he did and whatever he could to get to the spot that he's in now. And now that he's in that spot, he doesn't necessarily need to do all of those things anymore. Right. He's not an active competitor, so he doesn't have a reason to hold anybody down, as far as competition. Like Stevie was talking about how you couldn't be the number one heel. As long as Triple H was a heel, you couldn't be a top heel, right? Because that would take away from him. Well, right. Obviously he doesn't have that problem anymore. Anybody that can be a good heel, he's not in competition with that guy. So he can let them be a good heel, for example, right? Absolutely. So one possibility of the reason that he's always out there and just putting himself out there, here he is announcing this, and here he is on this, and he's doing this, and he's appearing here, and he's opening these card packs, as Ben always likes to bring up, right? He could be doing this for one reason, could be because it's if WWE is picking up momentum that they had lost, right? Because we all know the 20 teens were a slog, right? Absolutely were. I mean, the Hameen Tarp Emporium didn't start under the Triple H regime, right? So no, it didn't. That's right. So if there were a lot of people that are old returning fans that hear that WWE is kind of on fire and they want to check it out, if they have somebody they know front and center that they remember from back in the day, that may help with the onboarding process. Oh, I know Triple H. They're not all those kind of fans that are lapsed or casual or whatever you want to call these people, that the majority of the fan base that's either current, former, or future, they don't really get into the weeds like we do, who are involved in this kind of business and surrounding business, right? So they just look and they see Triple H. They don't think about oh, he just married the boss's daughter. They don't really think they're just oh, that's Triple H. I know him, So he could be out there to just be hey, I'm you remember me, Triple H? Well, here's my WWE. Could be something like that. Or it could also be, I'm going to go out here and I'm going to get heat because I'm out here all the time. And people are going to say I'm out here too much. And that will shield all of my guys from the other criticisms as much as possible. They'll blame me for everything. So like, you know, when somebody's not getting over as much as they could, they'll blame me, not them.
Right. Well, it's true.
You know what I mean? Like Triple H could be
Right.
being the shield for like his whole company in that sense. Now, maybe he's not doing that at all. I'm not saying that he is. I'm not saying that he isn't. I'm just saying like these are benefits of that behavior. So if people wonder why, like, hey, why is Triple H everywhere? I'm sick of him, you know, but there's other things that either could be going on or are just a side effect of that presentation, right? So yeah, not everything is just so simple, black and white, cut and dried all the time. You know, and there's different ways that people go about things. And like you said, Jimmy, you know, he's basically just like the head of the meetings of creative, you know, and a figurehead person. But like at the end of the day, people over him are calling shots. And what can he do, right? He didn't look like he was too happy to announce that WrestleMania, right?
I don't think anybody was, bro. That's the thing. Not even the wrestlers, man.
Right? So like,
odd. Well, not odd, but you know what I mean? They just looked wrong, man. They just looked out of place.
Right. So I'm just saying, you know, like that's just something to consider.
Well, Frosty X in the chat says Triple H is all over the place. So sick of that clown. He never was a good wrestler at all. Just the hack.
Yeah. See, that doesn't even like a comment like that has no credence whatsoever. You're like exposing how much you shouldn't be listened to by saying something like Triple H was never a good wrestler at all. Literally, he was never good at all.
He's one
never.
of the best ever in the ring.
So he's so he's not. So he's like, you know, he's who's the worst wrestler of all time? So he's like Giant Gonzalez, right? Basically, it's Triple H here, and then like Giant Gonzalez here. You know what I mean? Like, is that what you're saying? Like, you know, just you got to have some. You got to have some realism in your criticism. You know, you have to have some acknowledgement, right?
Be honest to yourself, man. Just because you got a personal thing against him, that's you. And you
which whoever Frosty X is does not have a personal thing with Triple H because he doesn't know Triple H. Triple H never screwed him over. Triple H never hit him with a sledgehammer. You know, Triple H never married his daughter. So I'm pretty sure all that. Unless this is Vince McMahon. Are you Vince McMahon under there?
God damn it!
Is Frosty X actually Vince McMahon? Oh shit!
That's why you're Frosty, huh? No, but for real though, man, I never had an issue with Triple H in terms of his in-ring work or anything like that. I was actually a fan of his, always has been, and still am. You know what I mean? In many ways. But come on, dude. See, now we're bootleggers on this. Why?
It's all right. You're still watching. So anyway, go ahead with your point, Jimmy.
But anyway, I think Triple H gets a whole level of, you know, bullshit thrown on him. Sometimes it's warranted, sometimes it's not, but we don't know anyway. Come on now. Triple H versus Brooklyn Brawler level. Yikes.
Two awesome workers, you know?
Hey, Brooklyn Brawler, fuck yeah, absolutely, man. But the peeps did say earlier that they wanted us to talk about a particular subject before we go into the Triple H thing.
Oh, wait, I want to say, Professor, my worst wrestler of all time, Giant Gonzalez at Chief J Strongbow. That's right.
Hey,
you gotta tell me Triple H is worse than Chief J Strongbow?
Chief J Strongbow is pretty bad, but John Gonzalez won't even outdo Chief J Strongbow in terms of the worst. Just the worst. He had no business other than his height. What was the point of him ever being in the freaking business, man?
I don't know. Oh. Anyway, what was your thing we were supposed to talk about?
Well, it started with this in Texas, and he asked, and then everybody else wanted to talk about it. He says, vet opinion, is Nia Jax a dangerous worker? She injured Jade Cargill on Friday. Did you see that, by the way?
I kind of had the match on. I wasn't really paying attention, but I'm not surprised. Yes.
Man,
I've been saying it.
Deep.
I've been saying it for years. But I don't know what happened. I mean, she broke Becky's nose, you know, like, come on, you know, but that was a punch. Like anybody could throw a bad punch or whatever, but it's everything. We all know why she's there, okay? It's because who she's related to, which is the whole thing of the wrestling business, is who you know, who you're related to. That's it. Nobody wouldn't be keeping her around if she'd done this much for this long if she didn't have a certain cousin. We know that. It's old news at this point, right? So
that's true. I mean, she's got a reputation. It is what it is. Don't get me wrong, though. I'm a fan of Nia's, though. But she's too much of a bull. I find her like, I can see her being in real life a legit bully, dude. Do you know what I mean? And using her power to her advantage. I mean, I could only imagine when she first got released, Rock probably had a fit. I know, you bring her back. You know what I mean? But to be fair, man,
yep.
I like her presence. I like her as a character. But if she's going to be like that all the time, then she's got no business being in the ring.
Yeah. Hey, by the way, Frosty seems a little cold judging by his name. So before he logs off, can you guys cook him real quick? Can you guys cook him for us? Because we don't have time. So what else? Should we start sifting or?
I think we should start sifting.
Yeah. All right, let's go.
Let's sift through the wreckage.
Well,
Dynamite,
I'll tell you what,
dude, put me to sleep almost.
You said Dynamite did?
Dynamite did. I actually felt, like I said before, Collision was a little better for whatever reason.
Okay. So we're going to start out Dynamite. The only way we know how is a hang person open challenge.
Of course. Stupid again. But anyway, yeah.
That's right. He says he wants to take on the best that the city of Pittsburgh has to offer. And as we all know, that's Lee Moriarty, right?
Or was it Lee Marshall? Did you, Shivani, say that?
Did he? Did he really?
He did. And then he quickly went back on it. But, you know, RIP to Lee Marshall, if anyone remembers him. From back in the WCW days and before WCW even. Yeah, he really said it. He said,
well, unfortunately, Lee Marshall's no longer with us, so
that's what I'm saying.
I guess that's why we get. I guess that's why we get Lee Moriarty, but that's okay. I mean, also an open challenge doesn't have to be from the hometown, just for the record.
Well, I guess not.
But
since when is Lee Moriarty so? I know he was in his hometown per se, but he got a freaking pop, man. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, somewhat. They had to. They probably had to. I mean, once they heard he was from Pittsburgh, they popped. They didn't know. But that's not where we're going to start. We're going to start with GOA versus Brodito for the tag team championships. Now, apparently, this was supposed to be a trios match, right? And then Shibata was, you know, I guess Daniel Garcia took Shibata out with that stomp on the tailgate party. So
working, brother. It's kayfabe, brother.
Right. Yeah. So
once.
Now this goes from a trios opportunity to them just getting. It's like, oh well, I guess you can have a shot at the tag team titles then. So
why not?
Yeah, why not? So Ricochet goes to the desk instead of to the apron, and we have our match, and it's a match. And later on, Ricochet tries to bring in a chair, and he gets ejected, and then. You know, a sequence of events, basically, I'm just cutting this short. A sequence of events leads to a 21 plex for Bishop Khan. You know, the fat guy, as Jim Cornette called him. And
what an idiot, bro. The fat guy.
And Brodito.
I love corny.
Yeah. Now, recently, I will say, Jim Cornette had to watch a match with GOA because they faced the Hurt Syndicate last week or whatever it was. Right. So then he sort of like changed his tune and said he actually likes Bishop Khan and he could do some stuff, and it's the other guy that has no clue. So it's like, okay, well,
Jim.
Again, almost, but not quite. But anyways, and I also want to say real quick before I forget, you know, we did the super wreckage last week, and apparently I didn't even realize this, and nobody stopped me. But apparently I cut out like an entire hour of Dynamite because, like, I guess I missed it somehow. Like, whatever feed I was watching, I missed the first hour. Like, I started with hour 2 and I couldn't tell the difference.
Really? I thought, you know what? If you remember, do you remember what we've done already for the for Dynamite. I don't know if you remember me saying that. I go, what?
Yeah, but I guess I didn't know what you were talking about because I didn't know. So sorry, guys.
Shit.
I cheated you out of an hour of coverage. We still went like 20 minutes over, but
I don't think anyone noticed because no one even pointed it out. Heck, I was falling asleep by the end of the show.
yeah.
Literally. And I was fighting it, man. I was fighting it. But luckily I was still coherent, like I said. But still, man. And welcome,
right.
Malaka Jones. Yes, I am Greek, by the way.
So, Professor, I felt it was fine. Yeah, okay, that's fine. So, here's a question I have. All right, so this became I know they love Brodito, I guess.
They love him, bro.
But man, were you not feeling like this might have been a time to really give it to Gates of Agony now and just let's just go in a new direction?
Absolutely, man. But they fucked it up, man. They're fucking them up already, dude. You know, they were on a bit of a momentum streak. You know, from being jobbed out for years, let's be honest, to finally friggin' like getting something, you know what I mean? Only for them now to just bring him back down again. What for, man? This I hate Tony's sort of way of thinking. You know what I mean? And for whatever reason, he could make a real cool tag team right now that could potentially be pretty over. But I guess he doesn't think. And here we are once again. And I don't like this Brodito tag. Honestly, dude. Bandito and friggin' big guy? Why? Because one guy is big, one guy is small. Like, come on, bro. Like, we're going to have Brody and Bandito. Why? Like, why even put them together? You know what I mean? Can't you just hold out till Buddy's ready to come back and just have them two as a tag anyway?
I really just don't understand. And Professor also points out, beat Hurt Syndicate, lose to Brodito. Cool storytelling. Yeah, it's just,
So
I mean,
dumb,
but that's
it's dumb. It's straight up dumb.
It's idealistic. It's idealistic booking, not business-minded booking. Like I understand that a guy like, you know, Brody King and Bandito individually need more help than the Hurt Syndicate does. Because obviously the Hurt Syndicate, look at them. They don't need help getting over. They're just over. You know, even guys like, even when you see now with the Demand, Ricochet and those guys come out and look like somebody, right?
Right.
And,
absolutely, man.
And again, this is going to sound bad after I don't mean this to be dismissive. It's just that Bandito is a luchador among several luchadors. You have lots of luchadors in AEW.
But he's a bandit.
Yeah. And he does some, like, Bandito can do some cool stuff. And there's something there. I don't care about Brody King at all, but somebody might. I mean, it's not like he's, 100% useless. It's just,
No.
But like, neither one of those guys, like, the people are not going to get with him. So Tony's trying to make the people get with him by putting them together. And it's his company, so he can do what he wants. But I also don't think that, I don't think it should be at this expense.
No,
I'm not saying you have to
not.
I'm not saying you even have to put the tag team titles on the Gates. I'm just saying if you're going to do a spot where Ricochet gets ejected for cheating, you could have turned that into some kind of a disqualification or something somewhere. Like rather than just have him get beat. Because then you always have the rematch on the line. Like, well, you didn't actually beat Gates of Agony, so technically they kind of should, get another shot someday. But
right, but none of that. Logic, again, you're talking logic, bro, and logic doesn't exist in TK's mind, it seems.
Apparently not. Well, let's see if it ever shows up. Because here we have Alicia with the conglomeration. Mark Briscoe says the word of the day is mystery, referring to his partner for tonight. Yeah, even though there are heavy hints, about, things like, Orange, you glad that I got friends?
Oh my God, I knew straight away,
shades.
bro. When I was doing that, I look at D and I'm like, I guess Orange Cassidy's coming back, right?
Well, you already knew that. Because even when Kyle was on the phone, he said the answer was whatever. So that was like a week ago. So.
At the end, right? Exactly.
But also in the background on the screen, we saw the clone hacking in.
I actually didn't notice that this time. No shit. So the clone was back. I was wondering where the clone was. Actually, I'm thinking, what's going on there?
Well, he's hacking in. Renee is with Camstat now, and Renee asked the tough questions. Like, what's your association with the Death Riders? Which is funny because it's like, I don't know. You tell me. John Moxley's wife is what I would say. But she says, but Statlander says her quote, her word for word answer. I wrote it down because she says things move really fast when you make decisions.
Wow.
What?
Whatever that means.
Yeah, what does that mean?
I don't know. Things move fast when you make decisions, bro. I mean,
wow. Some people think cucumbers taste better pickled.
Nah. I've never had a pickled one, and I don't plan to, just quietly.
You never had a pickle?
No, I've had a pickle, but not. Oh, yeah, it's cucumber, true.
Oh, my God. See?
There's a blonde moment for me, bro.
Hey, all right.
I swear to God, that's funny, but.
Speaking of blondes, it's time for Hank Person versus Moriarty.
Oh.
And remember, this is Lee Moriarty's hometown, and he's so over that we need a refresher video package reminding us who he actually is, even though he's the pure champion. It's like, hey, you remember this guy? He used to be on TV more.
Yeah, what was it? Cat fucking meow power, whatever the fuck he calls himself. You know what I mean? What is that? What does that even mean? What if he's gonna be something cat related? At least do some cat moves, man.
Pretty much.
I mean, true. I mean, come on.
I don't know. Malako Jones wants to know, what would a Jimmy and Opinion Haver tag team name be? I don't know. We'll leave that up to the chat. You guys come up with some tag team names for us, and we'll pick a winner. Just like we picked the winner here, we already knew who was going to win. You didn't think Lee Moriarty was going to be the champion, did you?
I did.
You thought he was going to be Moriarty 2 belts?
Yeah, right. I know it's Tiger style, by the way, guys, just quietly, but thanks. Tiger style. But why can't he be a cat, though? Like, do cat moves. Do some sort of tiger finisher and not a tiger driver or something like that. Heck, maybe even that. Whatever. Just do something cat-related.
Can't do it. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything. He didn't do anything interesting related in this match either. They basically just mat wrestled for a while until Hangman hit the Deadeye. So,
wow. Team Cupina says over 400 days pure champion. Really?
Yeah, that's how long they forgot he worked there.
Wow.
They haven't booked anybody to take that off of him.
The Thundercats.
The Thundercats. What? Yeah, I don't know where the cat thing plays in.
Yeah, no, we're not cats, man. But hey, I didn't mind the Thundercats growing up. But anyway, yeah, I mean, of course Hangman was going to win. That's why I hate these pointless matches, though. Like, why even bother when you know what the ending is going to be? Like, why even just...
Well, they want...
It's a waste of time.
That's the whole... Okay, look, the whole psychology behind an open challenge is you're hoping that you can make somebody off of it. But maybe they don't win, but you're supposed to make somebody off it. Now, remember, I'm not talking about this open challenge. I'm talking about any open challenge.
Right.
So that's the reason you do it. Maybe
like
you could say,
for example, was a great one.
Yeah, right, Kevin Owens. And then recently also on Friday, you had Javon Evans come up for Sami Zayn. So, Javon Evans unknown to the SmackDown audience pretty much, but apparently still more known than friggin' Lee Moriarty was in his hometown. So
400-day champ too, bro.
Yeah. And so that was that's the reason a guy like Sami Zayn will be a United States champion and will, have these matches with these guys, whoever it might be. Idealistically, they would be people that you're like, I need these people to get more over. And Sami Zayn's a person that can do that. I mean, think about when Nakamura debuted in NXT. Remember that?
Oh, that was sick against Sami Zayn.
Right. Right, because it had to be Sammy because they trusted him to get what they wanted out of it. Now, that's an example of it.
Wasn't it?
Huh?
It was the Takeover Brooklyn, I think, the original one, wasn't it?
One of those. But I don't recall anymore which one. But
I know it was one of them. But yeah.
So that's what you're supposed to do. And then, sometimes it can be a guy that's not quite on that level that you want to get to that level. Sometimes it can be, like Zayn is saying, debut somebody, But that's the thing. If you have the open challenge every week, you have an opportunity to do different things with different people, right?
Absolutely.
So Lee Moriarty this week, who knows next week for Hangman,
Yeah, it'll be Big Bill or something. It's no one of significance anyway, you know what I mean? Even though I feel like they're wasting Big Bill too, in my opinion, but whatever. Was it Takeover Texas? No way. No way. I recall that being in Brooklyn for some reason, but maybe I'm wrong. Wow, that's trippy. I don't recall it being Texas. That's weird.
Right. Yeah, interesting place, but yeah, and casual fans didn't know who he was, but they sure did after that night. And that's why
he was getting a pop, though, man, when he came out. But my memory could be wrong, but I remember that, or it could be just me.
Oh, those guys knew.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they also had stuff leading up. It wasn't like he debuted cold. They had promos leading up, so people could Google him in the time, and they could pretend they always been a fan of his, right? Oh yeah, I love Wrestle Kingdom. Yeah. Anyway, look, let's not artificially drag this out. Cope and Christian after All Out. So this was like, directly after All Out. Renee's asking for an update on Beth, and he's just like, I can't right now. So he just says, fuck off.
He doesn't even sell it properly, to be honest, bro. It's pretty dumb.
I know. So he tells Christian he has to leave and maybe not come back.
And Christian's like, oh, cool, whatever. Like, that's what
please.
I mean. Where are we going with this?
Yeah, please. So, so Christian says, like, go take care of your family. I don't have one. And he's like, yes, you do. And then they shake hands, because they're brothers.
Christian's got this look like, huh?
Yeah, also Christian doesn't he? Or no, did he get divorced? I don't know.
He's married. No. He's married with a kid. His kid's been on AEW television before. Oh. Once or twice, actually. Oh. And he was telling her off. I don't know if you remember, but he'll tell her to go away and all this shit. It's pretty funny. His kid's pretty funny.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I remember that.
Oh, you did get divorced? Okay, cool. Thanks, Liz. I know he was married to a model of some sort from Germany.
Yeah, I thought they did an angle with that too. Like,
did they?
Like he worked that into his promos. Like,
oh, maybe.
I thought I remembered that, but
I didn't know he was divorced though.
Who cares? Shivani brings out speaking of who cares, Shivani brings out FTR. And Shivani actually says that was the worst thing I've ever seen in an AEW ring.
No, it's not. And that stood out big time when he said that. I'm like, don't lie, Tony. Stop lying. But that wasn't the worst thing, as a matter of fact. And you know what? Again, screw FTR, but Stokely is entertaining as hell, man.
We got to get something good off of it.
Absolutely.
But anyway, yeah, they say that's really Adam's fault, because he did all this. It was all him. He brought his wife in. All that stuff is his fault. Then Willow comes out, and she has to defend Beth's honor. And then before it can get ugly, because obviously they have no problem putting their hands on a woman, Jet Speed comes out to make sure that nothing crazy goes down.
Of course. And what do? They pretty much back away. Like, come on. Yeah, cool. I don't want to see them four in a match though either, to be fair, Vet.
Well,
I just don't.
Well, get ready for it. Another post All Out promo. We see MJF cutting his promo covered in tacks, bloody and angry, and he's going to be back and better than ever.
Where is he? What? He's hurt? Is he doing anything at the moment?
I don't know.
That you know of? Anybody?
I don't know.
Or is he going to his honeymoon or some shit? But anyway,
Yeah, you guys tell me, because I don't know. You guys know everything. Zane, what's MJF about to do?
Yeah, Zane knows everything. Rivet the TV out the window. Like, because Prof said riveting TV, and then Zane was rivet the TV out the window. That's a good comment. I like that. But anyway, I forgot what I was going to say because of that. Freaking hell, there was a point I wanted to make, and now that went out the window too. So who cares?
Oh, darn. We'll have to move on. All right. So this is the conglomeration challenge. It's the Callis family of Okada, Takeshita, and Hechicero, which, hey, that's a hell of a team.
Absolutely.
Plus Takeshita. And then you got Briscoe, Hologram, and...
Oh, wait a minute. Oops. Who was it again? Who was the third guy? I forgot, man, for some reason.
Orange Cassidy?
What was I going to do that? Yeah. What was I?
Yeah, it wasn't blood orange. It wasn't dark orange.
No. I was about to go like
orange Cassidy.
But I'm like, hang on a minute.
Yeah, he doesn't get one of those.
Because I'm thinking, you fooling me here? Like, is this a rib? Yeah. Tell me that wasn't uneventful, dude, to be honest. They brought him back, but it felt like, who cares, really? And I don't care, but honestly, like, it was kind of uneventful, like, really, to me. He's got the same shtick.
Yeah, because there's 5 other guys out there.
Yeah, I don't know.
So if you're making a big return, like, and you already heavily hinted at it, so really, what was left?
And what's with them always, not that it matters, but why are they always switching his theme song, man? They're going from Jane to fucking, I did watch Lab Rat, don't worry. They go from Jane to fucking, what do you call it, to what he's using now. Like back to his original song. Right. Like, why are they going back and forth between these freaking songs, man?
I don't know. It's part of his character.
Oh, anyway, I didn't miss him. I don't care. But, yeah, he's back. They get the win anyway, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. Well, Hologram hits the portal bomb on Hechicero to stay undefeated, even in tag and 6-man matches. He's still undefeated. No one's ever beat a team with Hologram on it. And so Fletcher comes out, okay, and he cuts a promo where he challenges Hologram to a match,
right,
title versus streak. He's got the longest undefeated streak in AEW history. Kyle Fletcher's got the TNT title versus streak. I challenge you, Hologram. The heel challenges the babyface to a match, okay?
Right.
Keep that in mind.
I was going to say something, but I won't. Yeah.
But, you know, there was a lot of hubbub again around Kyle Fletcher, Stevie Richards' comments, like all these things, right? Similar to what we're talking about with Gail Kim. And just a little bit ago, we had Stevie saying things where he's basically 99% praising Kyle Fletcher. And that gets turned into like an attack on Stevie or whatever. But I want anybody to try to defend this basic ass NXT level promo that Kyle Fletcher cut here. Like when he comes out on the stage and stands there, like what kind of generic 90s WWF shit is this that he's out there? You tell me how this guy is supposed to ever be a real star in this business when this is his level as far as like a promo is concerned.
Is it more than just his voice that annoys you at this point? Do you think he legitimately, like, take away his voice?
No, because if he could cut a good promo with that voice, I'd say it was a good promo.
All right. So even if he sounded different, it's still, you'd be honest, right? Because a lot of people could just get annoyed by the way he sounds. Heck, it even annoys me because he's too high pitched in my opinion, right? And he's got the Aussie accent with a high pitched voice. It's just, I don't know, man. It's a bit weird. But in saying that, people got to remember, man, how long has he been doing this singles run for now? A year and a half, if that.
Something like that.
He's never done anything like this. This is new to him still, man. We got to give him a bit of leeway here, in a way, when you think about it. Considering how long he's been doing this for, I think he's still got a big, like, he he's still got a lot of the ceiling to go still, you know what I mean? And I think he will get better, man. That's just my opinion. I'm not the biggest fan of his. I really wasn't a fan, but I'm starting to like.
Well, he is
I get it,
Australian, so
I know, but it's not
understand you
even
not
because
being
of
a
that.
big fan.
But I'm starting to like get what they're trying to do with him, and I can appreciate that in many ways too. Do you know what I mean? So in saying that, I get it. But he's only been doing this for a year and a half, man. So I think we should sort of relax on just giving him so much shit in terms of his in-ring work. We should give shit about. But when it comes to his promo game, I think he's still got a long way to go, and he will learn, and he will get better, in my opinion.
Well, time will tell.
We'll see.
I think time usually ends up telling in what I said years ago. So,
well, yeah.
You'll all remember when I said Kyle Fletcher would never be nothing. And you could try to force people to be something. You can definitely push people way beyond their skills. Right. So just if Kyle Fletcher ends up at the top of, WWE with a Roman Reigns like run, if he's doing the same thing that he's doing today in terms of promos and or matches or whatever else, or presentation or anything, I'm not putting it over. I'm just saying, well, you can push him all you want. He's still a cheese sandwich or a Vegemite sandwich.
Well, yeah, that's a bad sandwich though, Vet. If it's a Vegemite one, that's a bad taste. Just quietly.
All right. So anyway,
but I just think I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt for now.
All right, good for you. Taking a nice stance. Renee and Mina Shirakawa, she does a promo. It's better than Kyle Fletcher's. Jungle Jack vignette, where he, somehow this vignette still seemed evil, but they're supposed to be Jurassic Express again. So this is Dark Jurassic Express.
Could it be? Could it be
Dark Jurassic Express?
Could be.
Right. Well, anyway, this shit was cringe. Again, actually Kyle Fletcher does look like a star next to this promo. If we're I'm not even talking about size differences of the people. I'm talking about as far as who could, the son of the actor cutting a promo, and this shit that he's saying is what kind of edgelord junior high bullshit is this that you're talking about here?
See, can we
I almost encourage you to go back and watch it if you didn't, but don't do that to yourselves. Just take my word for it. That's why I'm here.
Do you think he's hit a ceiling at this point, Jack Perry? I don't see him going any higher than this.
Jack Perry exceeded his ceiling a long time ago. Again, it's the push.
Right.
Yeah. And he Jack Perry did considerable financial damage to this company.
That's an understatement.
Jack Perry put money in WWE's pockets.
You would have thought, man.
The scapegoat thing is to shoot.
No, absolutely. And it's worked out to be that way too, legitly. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
I would have said, get this motherfucker out of my sight forever if he did that to me. But
that's bad, man.
I guess, concessions are made. Again, what did it go back to? Who do you know?
Exactly. Who do you know? So it comes back to.
And even that, it's okay, so what? The Young Bucks are going to be sad if you fire your friend? Just let them go too. Just let them all go. You don't need them. They're not helping you. But
yeah, the Bucks are selfish anyway in general. So yeah, all they care about is helping themselves and their friends here and there. But you're right. There's a lot of cancers in that locker room in terms of your EVPs per se. Yeah, look, the fact that what's his name, he's still got a job, their best friend, what's his name again? The bald dude?
Brandon Cutler,
bro. He's still got a job? Really? Why? The fact that even you, the dorks, the Dark Order dorks are still under contract, bro, is bizarre to me.
But there's an important difference there, which is Brandon Cutler ain't getting a push.
Neither is Dark Order, too. I know, right, exactly. But
neither one of them is getting a push.
Right.
This guy's got a vignette right here. We're talking about it.
Right. It's true.
Anyway.
Weird.
Claudio versus Hobbs. Okay. the matches, whatever. It's every Claudio match you've ever seen. He doesn't care. He's going to give you European uppercuts. That's what he's going to do. Pac takes a hit so that Claudio can win with a small package. Again, the brutal kidnapping, terrorist, death riders, suffocating, stabbing, all this stuff, and then small package on Hobbs. If there's one guy you don't small package, it's Powerhouse Hobbs. Like there is a limit to the abilities of technical wrestling. Like you should not probably beat that guy with that move per se. I feel like he's strong enough to break out of it.
That's what I was going to say. That's why it's bullshit. Like, why?
If your name is Powerhouse, maybe no small package there. Maybe. Unless you are, maybe Satnam Singh can small package Powerhouse Hobbs. I still wouldn't advise it, but, it's got to be like that. You have to have some sort of strength and leverage advantage, which I know Claudio's strong, and I know they always talk about how strong he is. But even if you are strong, you should be saying, like, as a wrestling character, well, I'm strong. I'm Claudio Castagnoli. Everybody knows I'm strong. But how strong is this guy? Because he breaks out of my stuff. Like, you know what I mean? You're supposed to put him over. That's your job. You're supposed to put the babyface over. Even if he has to go under, you have to put him over. You have to make it seem as though he should have beat you if it was fair. Right?
Facts. Absolutely, man. Look at the guy, too. Why is he still a loser, man, for these years? How can they not find anything for Powerhouse Hobbs? It's someone like him, he should be easy to book, man. But
you think
whatever. He's not good enough in TK's eyes, I guess.
So this small package leads to a schmaz because, of course, the Death Riders are sore winners and they got to keep attacking. So the ring fills up, and then finally, Hang Person has to be the one to come out and save the day.
Yeah, and ironically, Mox and shit don't even care about Hangman, really. He's just annoying, like. But really, Mox's not even thinking about Hangman. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
no, really though.
Yeah,
when you think about it,
I know. Yeah, well, it's like these people really don't have a grasp of who their characters are supposed to be, and Tony's not helping. So I don't know. Is Powerhouse still writing his book? I don't know, Lab Rat. I'm not sure.
He's still walking, man.
Any day now. The publishing process is a long process. It could be going through revisions.
Could be.
So I don't know. And note, Couponer, a heat back wasn't the case here because the heels won, so it was more like sore winners. It should have been you get the heat back if the babyface small package is you, but yeah, Hobbs didn't get nothing but beat up some more. So
you got beat up, dude, for real. Like, I mean, you look like nothing.
Yep. And that's the other thing too. That the thing that sucked the most, besides everything I said, was that like Pac was up on the apron, so Hobbs like knocks him off the apron. So Hobbs on the offensive, and then he gets small package. Like,
it's stupid, dude.
Anyway,
it's stupid. What can I say? I don't get it either, man. It's weird.
But guess what? None of that matters because Tony Khan actually has an important announcement.
Oh, God, kill me now.
All Please. Right. Jimmy's
they're beautiful, mind you. They look the same, though. But apparently they're beautiful, according to Renee.
Yes. Yeah. Tony takes a nice long way to say they're introducing women's tag team titles.
Man. I know we've said this a million times, but do they really need a women's tag team championship, you think, in AEW?
If they're going to be fair about it, yes. But I do agree with your point. Why do they look exactly the same? I would like a slightly different design for, I mean, wouldn't you?
Like the same. Yeah. I mean, that's why I was like, what? They look beautiful. They look exactly the same.
Everybody's getting lazy with their wrestling belts these days, aren't they?
They are, but I get it though. I mean, you want to like market those letters, right? For example, WWE with just the WWE logo on there. So I get their design bullshit, even though it's nothing like it used to be. And AEW, they're trying to be sort of old school, but even they're starting to like just give up on it. Like they're really getting lazy. I don't like a lot of the new variations of their championships, other than the women's one was a must because that first version was ridiculous. Let's be honest here. And the AEW belt was fine from day one. So I don't know.
Yeah.
Man.
What are some of your guys's like? What is your favorite newest belt? Like as far as like some like whatever's come out the most recently, what's your most favorite of that? Now if nobody's made a good belt since 1987 and you want to go back to the Winged Eagle, then okay, fine, choose that one. But I'm thinking more specifically like in recent years,
right.
any belt that's come out recently, what's your favorite of a recent belt that's come out?
Oh, that's a hard one, dude. Honestly, that's
it
tough
is, isn't it?
Really, they all
there's a lot of generic bullshit out there.
Right. But if I had to pick any of them for real, man, and I'm not really happy about it, but I'll still go with one of the WWE belts, whether it's the Universal Championship, the WWE Championship, or the Blue Universal Championship.
Ugh.
Only because, you know, see what I mean? They're ugly. Oh, the TNA one came out years ago, though, revamped.
Well, if that's the most recent one that he likes, then that's his vote. Like, if he's saying that they haven't made a good belt in 20 years, he might be right. I mean,
the AEW
24/7. Stop it.
Nah, it's disgusting. It's like a it's like a Flavor Flav freaking clock. You know what I mean? Really. But the AEW ones, I don't know about that one, Cold Blooded. I don't like the Undisputed title that they've got.
Well, he likes it. He didn't say it was his favorite, though. He just said it was beautiful. Steve says, unless they show those women tag matches on Pornhub, I'm not watching. Well, they got different kinds of wrestling on there, Steve. Good to see you, by the way, buddy.
What's up, Steve?
All right. Well, anyway, enough of that. So, main event time. Chris Statlander versus Mina Shirakawa. You know, we get a big women's world title defense as your main event. So there's something.
I'm a fan of Mina.
Well, Mina got seat belted. Okay, so apparently that's her fresh new move that Wheeler Yuta taught her. And then Harley Cameron comes in to celebrate with her. And then the Death Riders surround the ring, and everybody's like, "Oh, what's gonna happen here?" And then
wait a minute. Doesn't it feel like the DDP joining the NWO type of deal all over again? Is he NWO? Is he not? You know what I mean? And then Diamond cut it. Do you get my? That's what went through my mind. Except this was way worse.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you jumped the gun a little bit. But
sorry, but yeah.
Yeah, because what happens is Wheeler Yuta comes in and hugs Chris Statlander and does the raise your hand thing. Like,
right.
Here's your winner, Chris Statlander. We're all buddies here. And then Chris Statlander clotheslines him out of nowhere, which would be like the diamond cutter in your scenario.
Exactly.
Here.
Spot on. And the same exit too, except the only difference was I did appreciate her getting into Mox's face and sticking the birds right in his face. I can't stand Statlander, but that I'll give her some kudo points for. That looked cool. And then them running off was pretty funny. But that was exactly DDP. Feel the bang. Exactly.
Oh, yeah, just to go back a little bit, I want to read Todd's thing. He said, if you don't put the time or effort into making the belt special, then why should we as fans care about them? Exactly. What is the belt even for? It's just to show us that this person's a champion. So we should be impressed by the belt, right? Like, if nothing else.
Absolutely.
If you're just tuning in and all you see is this person with a belt, if the belt looks cool, you'll be like, oh, cool belt. You know, at the very least, you'll say that. So it's kind of important a little bit. But with some of these belts, I think actually the seatbelt wrestling move is a better belt than some of these belts.
No.
So,
my favorite move that I didn't even realize what it was called was what was the, but I'm jumping the gun a bit, but the milk one. We'll get to that.
Oh, yeah, all right. We'll get to that.
It's so ridiculous, but funny at the same time.
So anyway, Chris clotheslines him, and then the girls bail out. And then here comes Darby Allin, and he's got a flamethrower again. I say again because he's not the first flamethrower. He knows his way around a flamethrower at this point. Awful close to some of the kids in the audience with that flamethrower, I would think. I know they felt that heat on their face,
Not just that. Did you see the gas pouring out of that thing too every time he sort of gave it a bit of gas. Like, you know what I mean? You just see it just, yeah, it was dangerous, man.
Oof. I don't know.
Way too dangerous.
Anyway, so Darby does challenge with a flamethrower. He does challenge Jon Moxley to an I Quit match.
Right. After he got buried alive, pretty much.
After he got buried alive.
And what's even more crazy, the fact that it's not for the championship, I actually think is hurting Darby right now for whatever reason to me.
Oh.
I truly do. I think if it was for the bout, the meet, it would have been so much more meaningful when he does get that win, because I don't see Moxley getting that bout anytime soon. I can appreciate that they're trying to tell a story, right? At least they're trying. But again, what's that stake? Really, what is it? Is the Dick Riders going to be done and dusted if Darby gets a win? I doubt it.
I guess just that Jon Moxley will have to live with the shame of quitting.
Cool. It's not going to affect him either. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just don't see. There's nothing. It's not like, you know, WCW, NWO, for example. Like, you know, the companies are on the line and blah blah blah, whatever. It's nothing like that. It's not as important. It doesn't feel desperate. Do you know what I mean? It just feels like sore losers going at it every time. I lost. Well, I got to get my shit back. Like, do you know what I mean? And that's sad because I'm a Darby fan. I just feel like this could have been so much more, and so much more special for Darby getting that world championship. Again, what do I know though?
Well, I'll tell you what I know. I know that this is going to be, you know, because this is going to take place at Wrestle Dream, I know they're going to make Antonio Inoki proud with their I Quit match.
Oh, did they get slapped by the ghost of Inoki? Hopefully, by the end of it?
with any luck.
Wouldn't that be great if all the AEW wrestlers were lining up to get slapped by Inoki? Oh, that would have been good, but unfortunately, we're never going to get there.
It won't be as good as Collision, which we now have.
Thank God.
So we're back to doing the promos at the beginning, which,
again, why do they do that? The start stop with that? Just stick with it, man.
Yeah, just do it, man.
Right.
Anyway,
I don't get it.
Yeah, we get the Death Riders do a promo. We get Fatty Paragon doing a promo. We get Hater and Triangle doing a promo. Then we get Hologram hacked and attacked. Because not only is Clone hacking his entire thing and the whole room is red, but a guy comes in and beats the shit out of him, and it's revealed to kind of be Kyle Fletcher.
If that's the hack all along, right? If it is,
it's not.
Let's hope not, because if it was, God damn it. But again, who do you think, and what do you think? Like, is this hack version going to be part of the Callis family? You think possibly?
I don't know.
More than likely, I bet you.
I'll let them tell me. I'm not gonna spend 1 second thinking about it, bro.
It's gonna be the hologram of Callis or some shit.
Maybe he can get a portrait. You can get one of those like 100%. Digital, like he can get one of those digital frames, right? Like it's got the big frame, but then inside instead of a painting, it's like a digitized clone. You know, like
a hologram
portrait. Yeah,
right.
He's like, I could say I had this commissioned, and then it's that.
But the painting literally needs to be a hologram too, where you can move it so it looks. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, but
literally,
again, that's way too good of an idea, and we're just joking around, like we're ribbing.
I know. That's what's funny. Like what Prof says, Callis-gram.
Callis-gram. I have something important to say.
CG.
Well, good news and bad news.
Uh-oh.
Actually, it's double bad news. The bad news is Daniel Garcia is going to be in a match. Yeah. The worst news is it's not at the end of the show, so I can't skip it. So here we have Daniel Garcia, Claudio Castagnoli, and Jon Moxley versus Fat Paragon. Okay.
I didn't care.
Why would you?
I honestly just didn't care about this match at all, man.
All Fat Fatty Magic wanted was answers. Why, Danny? Why? Why, Danny? And Danny would not tell him why, and he got curb stomped.
Yeah, I mean,
1, 2,
do you
3.
blame him? No, he could have been with him. He could have joined the Dick Riders. It could have been all good, but no. Why, Danny? Why?
Yeah, I don't know. Brody King is going to team up with Kenny Omega on Dynamite.
Why?
I don't know. Did something happen to Bandito?
As far as I...
Oh, I think I know what happened, Jimmy. I think
What
Bishop
was
Khan
it?
was so fat that Bandito injured himself giving him the 21 plex. Like hoisting all that fat weight of fat Bishop Khan back over his head. He probably threw out his entire back, his whole torso, really.
Well, see, but that's what I mean. Well, anyway, I didn't get why this is happening. Really, like, and why it needs to happen. Even if he was hurt, for example, kayfabe even. Why do we need Kenny? Like, you know, why does he have to be in the tag match with someone else?
I don't know, but it's the 6th anniversary of Dynamite, so
Okay, cool. That makes sense, right?
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
Jesus.
All right, Yuta and Shafir versus others is what I
I
wrote.
like this though.
Yeah, so well, one of the others was Rachel Ellering. I forgot the guy's name and I wasn't about to rewind it. But yes, what you were talking about earlier is that like front-facing sleeper hold that Marina likes to use, which apparently is called the Mother's Milk, maybe?
That's it. Mother's Milk. That popped me. I didn't know it was called that. But when, what's his name, said it, McGuinness, I'm like, get the hell out of here. And then when I'm looking at it, I'm like, oh shit, it makes total sense. But the cool thing about the move, yeah, it looks like, you know, she's breastfeeding him, right? But it's not just that. It actually looks pretty decent the way she's got the hold on, you know, around their head. But the fact that it looks like they're sucking on their tit is kind of funny though. So big pop to Mother's Milk as a finishing move name. It's stupid, but it got me laughing. That's all I got to say.
Yeah. Well, then she gets on the mic and cuts a promo where she threatens to kill Chris Statlander.
You better kill her.
And then, yeah, that was that. Yeah, if she doesn't kill her, oh man.
I mean, shit. Stop threatening. Stop everyone threatening to kill each other for crying out loud, man.
Yeah. Hang Person steps into the ops.
Again.
Yep.
Why is he always have to get, is he the judge now of everything?
He's a champion, right? So it's his company.
Yeah, but I guess.
We all
I'm
know
not
when you're
talking
the
about-
champion, you run everything and you make all the
Right,
decisions,
exactly.
right? We learned that with John Moxley.
And we learned that with Kevin Nash back in the day.
Oh, yeah. So
He was
really.
Booker
Yeah.
of WCW. I'm just saying.
All right. All right. Next is the Acclaimed in their forced reunion versus the Swirl.
I didn't know they had a name, but now we do. The Swirl. I like this
Well,
match.
they never did before.
Right.
Put it that way.
So what are they? Are they some sort of ice cream? Is that what's
Yeah,
going on?
because you have Vanilla Baby
I get it.
and,
And-
Chalky Lee. It's not Shoddy Lee. It's Chalky Lee now.
Oh no, man.
What
Jesus
else are we
Christ.
supposed to? I mean,
Well,
how else
you're
are we
right.
supposed to
I didn't
interpret
think
this?
of- But now you're right. I mean, yeah. Swirl.
Man, it's too bad Frosty X didn't stick around for this. All these ice cream related jokes. It's just, man, I miss that guy already, you know?
Zane says Vet likes to swirl.
Yeah.
I was laughing as well. I mean, you can't go wrong with a swirl, right? I mean, except you can, because it
Yeah,
involves
you
a
can.
particular
You definitely
flavor.
can. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know. The Swirl had a chance there because Bowens was gonna like walk
Take
out.
off. Right, exactly.
Right. Like
but-
of the two guys, the guy that's clearly the heel, Max Caster, was in the sympathetic position of almost being left by his partner.
And then not to mention the hot tag, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? Which is backwards hot tag. But anyway.
That tag was so hot, it melted the ice cream. And so they made a big old comeback. The only reason he didn't walk out is because Jerry Lynn said, "Don't walk out." He was like, "Oh, all right."
Yeah, but you know what's dumb? Where's Billy now? That's it. We're going to pretend he was never, like, the big reason about them. Like, you know what I mean? I just don't like how...
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe he's gone for good.
Maybe. I mean, he did just come out on the video game, right? On WWE 2K25 last week. So, yeah, maybe you're right.
Yeah, so anyway, so Max Caster, Chalky Lee eats a forearm from Bowens, and Max Caster gets the roll up.
Hey, man, at least this match told a story, man. You know what I mean? Really, it told a story, which is rare these days in AEW.
We're not running down the match, are we? I think we're just making ice cream jokes.
Yeah, I'm just pointing out that it actually did tell a story, and hence why I kind of enjoyed the match in the end.
Yeah, Couponer says that tag was so hot it melted Frosty. That's right. There you go.
It sure did.
But one sad thing at the end, though, Jimmy, no scissor.
Yeah, unfortunately, it is.
Bowens did the thing, like looking at his fingers, like, should I?
Nah.
Yeah.
And they both went their separate ways too. One through the crowd, one through the curtain.
Mm-hmm.
But I like how they're sort of dysfunctional. But have them win the tag bouts even like this would be hilarious. But that's not happening anytime soon. Speaking of tag teams, I just want to ask, is what's it called? Private Party still contracted with AEW?
Oh wow, I don't know. I've thought about them in a while.
I thought about him. You know why it came into my head? Because I saw Quinn on the internet out of nowhere and how big he looks, bro. If you see how much muscle he's gained, oh my God, bro. He's huge. I kid you not, man. He's gassed up to the gills. Picture that, man. And that's when I'm like, oh yeah, Private Party. Totally forgot about him. They were out of sight, out of mind. But I am impressed with his size. We'll see what goes on there. I thought that we were actually interested in him too at one point.
Yeah, allegedly. But when let's see what happens when he gains all that size and tries to wrestle like he always used to wrestle and gets hurt.
Nah, he'd be pulling every single muscle in his body if he attempts to wrestle the way he did. But he's pretty big, dude, for real.
All right, so matriarchy promo. I'll be honest, I wasn't listening.
He cares.
So sorry.
Don't be.
They did this weird sort of like promo for like some Florida shows they got going, where they did it like instead of Championship Wrestling for Florida, it was like AEW Wrestling for Florida, and they had like the VHS tape graphics like the Outrunners use, and Tony Schiavone was doing his Gordon Soley impression, saying all the Gordon Soley like catchphrases, like Crimson Mask and
But what does this mean though? Like, what is this? Like, really?
It's just they're just talking about some shows they're gonna do. It's just a promo for shows, like the classic, like the classic, old wrestling stuff that would show you when it's coming to your town or whatever.
Cool. That works, I guess.
I mean, they're already based in Florida, but it doesn't matter. Let's just not think about it too much. So Lexi asks Ty J about the tag team titles. Like, you guys like them? And they're like, yeah, this is our dream.
Why are they being antagonistic to their fan base? That's antagonizing me, bro. What do you think of him?
You mean Anna Jay wearing one bra and then another bra on top of it?
Well, that's antagonizing. But for real though, but no, let's be real though. Don't ask them, do you like him? Do you think they're gorgeous? They're exactly the same as the male version. Stop it. Like, just stop already.
To be fair, I didn't remember if she actually even said that. I was just...
Oh, well, if she did, I don't know, because I don't remember the promo either, but I'm just
right.
saying,
Nobody could remember anything except Anna Jay's 2 bras.
well, you know, I mean, she's
2
gorgeous,
bras.
dude. But why 2, though?
Because one's not enough. Because if you just wear 1 bra, it looks like you're wearing a bra. If you wear 2 bras, it looks like an outfit.
I guess.
I
mean,
don't know.
shit.
Where's Liz? Liz, why is she wearing 2 bras?
Is she
Anyways, next, speaking of bras, next we got the Outrunners and Dalton Castle.
cold? Okay, weird. But I like the
Versus
Marlboro
some-
friggin' look, by the way.
Yeah, versus some guys.
Who was it, actually? She needs extra support.
I
according
don't
to Liz,
know.
By the way.
Yeah, just too much. She wants Jack Perry to do twice the work.
2 bras mean better gravity. And apparently, according to Liz, no women willingly put on 2 bras. We want to get the bras off, for fuck's sake.
I see.
Well, that's
So
good to
maybe it
know.
was like maybe she fell asleep with 1 bra on, and then one of the other wrestlers put a second bra on as a rib.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe.
It's like the new drawing. It's like shaving an eyebrow or like drawing on a face.
I don't know how you
Extra
do it,
bra, gotcha.
No, that sounds pretty, corny though. To be fair, man. I mean, come on.
Hey, you know what else is corny? Commander versus Kyle Fletcher.
Wow. Now you want to put your Predator star over, right? Why did it take
guess
him
so.
so long to beat this guy? 1, 2, Commander nearly pulled off a freaking upset. Why? Like, I don't get it, dude. You're supposed to be pushing your proto star, right? But Commander took him he could have won. Commander nearly commanded him.
Almost.
Like, I mean, come on, man. That takes me out. Again, why should I get into this guy if you're just showing me that he struggled to beat Commander, who essentially is nothing but a glorified jobber in his company, is he not?
Essentially, if he's ever on TV, in his defense, maybe he's on Ring of Honor every single week. I don't know. But here's the thing. This is when people say, like, Stevie said Kyle Fletcher needs to learn how to work. Okay? That's probably one of the things that got him in such hot water with these marks, right? Because you
Right.
hear that and they don't know what it means. I'll tell you what it fucking means. If you go and if you remember, Jimmy, when this show first started,
Is it
remember
this
I had
show?
to come on here
Right,
and I had to
Wreckage.
set Chris Am straight because he was mad that Jay White pulled he pulled 10 minutes with Commander in his debut, right?
Right, but that was a different situation at that time, though.
Well, what I'm saying is I had to explain it then, and I have to explain it differently now because that was a guy that knew how to do it.
Right.
This is a guy that doesn't. Okay?
Plus, Jay White's gimmick sort of does that, though, in a lot of matches. Do you know what I mean? Where he's sort of like that and then pulls out the win. Like, do you know what I mean?
Well, I'm just saying, like, if Kyle Fletcher had worked a match where he was playing with his food and prolonging this match as
That's
like a
different.
message,
That's different. That's completely different.
but he didn't do that at all.
No,
He
at
had
all,
a
no.
regular match and it took a long time. And the size and height and everything discrepancy is palpable. Like you see it, like it's so visual, the difference in these guys' size. If you're
not
trying to
real.
tell the story of the underdog and the guy that's way too overconfident and is not ending the match, even though he has several opportunities to end the match and he almost gets upset, that's a story you could tell. Kyle Fletcher probably has no idea how to tell that story. Kyle Fletcher only knows the story of we do moves to each other until the match is over. That's the only thing he knows. He doesn't understand professional wrestling. He understands doing moves in a ring. That's it. Hangman 2, 80% of the other guys too in every company. I'm not even just singling out AEW. You all know how to do moves in a ring, and that's why when people call you the video game generation, that's what it is, because you grew up playing wrestling video games, but in wrestling video games, even if you knew how and wanted to, you can't have psychology in a video game match. You have to just beat the computer or another person. You can't
psychology.
Even in Fire Pro Wrestling, there was a mode. They called it like concrete, where if you played like against other people, it would be like, okay, you guys are just trying to win, right?
Right.
Like you're just trying to win the same you would play anybody online in a match and try to win. But then the other match, I forget what it was called. Maybe somebody knows that could correct me. But the other type would be like, you play against a person, but just like a match in real life, you're working it. So like you go back at you're playing against another person, but you're both cooperating to make the match look like a real wrestling match, where you go back and forth and have spots and everything. So you let each other do moves to each other to try to create the flow of a psychological match, right?
It doesn't work in the video game, though, to be honest. Though.
There's whole communities of people that would do it. I'm just saying, like, it was a style, it was a distinction of style in the game, because if you picked concrete, you're letting the opponent know, okay, this guy said concrete, he's not fucking around. It's just, we're shooting, basically. Like, we're going to see who's going to win the match by any means necessary. The other mode is cooperative. It's almost like co-op play. But anyways, the point is, other than that, any other video game match, you can't have wrestling psychology. So Kyle Fletcher has no psychology. Period.
And again, I'm going to say what I said before. The fact that he's still very new to being a singles guy, he's learning, man. That's all I'm saying. I hope
no. I'm not going to let you go. Let him off with that, because
fair enough.
It don't matter if you're in a tag team or not. If you don't have wrestling psychology outside, you don't have tag team psychology either. It was just It was just him and Mark Davis making other guys take hellacious bumps.
Yeah, and Davis has no idea about psychology either, to be honest. You know what I mean?
Yeah, both these guys, both the guys suck. Whatever. Anyways, he does take a long time to beat Commander, but he does beat Commander. He used the Brain Buster, of course. And then Fletcher says, "Well, I took out Hologram, so I need somebody to step up." It's like, wait a minute, you just stepped up to him and challenged him, and then you took him out. So what sense does that make?
It makes.
What do you mean step up? He didn't even step up in the first place. You stepped up. Now he's saying stepped up. Now, I would give him credit as being a heel by saying that, but I don't give him any credit because he doesn't know what he's doing.
Right. Well, like Professor says, Cole's not learning Jimmy. He's doubling down on his style. I mean, there's truth to that.
It's not even a style, because a style would indicate that it's a choice you're making. You don't have a choice because you just don't know anything.
Right. That's a great point. Also, I mean, whatever he's
I wish he had a style.
He doesn't. Is just is really like, I don't know, man. Well, you're right. What style? He thinks he's it right now. That's another thing that irks me deep down. I truly think he thinks he's it. But whatever, man. Like,
whether he does
get to you.
Whether he does or doesn't is irrelevant, because it's happening.
Right.
And if no one's going to correct it, then nothing's ever going to change.
Speaking of correcting, and you brought up Stevie as well, I just want to point out one thing. Did you notice James talking about how the game character, I know it's off the subject, but it just reminded me, how the game character that Triple H, was known as the game, was meant to be given to Owen Hart? That's not true, James. That is completely false, by the way. I just wanted to point that out, because he thinks he's right about a lot of things, and I've noticed he's wrong about a lot of things. And Stevie knows it too. Like, he'd be like, "Oh no, I'm pretty sure it was like this and this." He'd be like, "Oh no," even though Stevie was there, for example. But I just wanted to point that out.
Well, in James' defense, he did tell Stevie to check with Russo, because Russo said, he wrote that game thing for Triple H.
Well, there you go. I don't recall.
I know he said that. I know Russo said that in the past. He said he gave Triple H the game thing, but if he meant for Owen Hart to, if he meant for Owen Hart to be the game too, then I don't know that part of the story. That's why Stevie has to confirm it, but we'll wait and see on that.
Right.
Anyways, so like I said, Kyle Fletcher needs somebody to step up to his TNT Championship Challenge, and then that's where we leave it. But then they already have a graphic saying Orange Cassidy stepping up to his challenge. So it's like, wow, that was really quick. That was so fast.
You know, didn't they used to say in these companies that wins and losses mattered?
Yeah.
Now they don't, but on top of that, there's no criteria on how you become number one contender anymore.
Well, you just step up.
Step up on what though? Like,
and then when Kyle Fletcher attacks you, you have to step back down.
So that's how,
so if he attacks Orange Cassidy at the start of Dynamite, then he can get out of the match. Which actually, I would do that. Like, actually, now I would do that because now you've got a story where Kyle Fletcher keeps challenging people, and then they step up, and then he knocks them down, and then says, "Well, guess somebody else needs to step up."
Right, but they're
not going to do
that. Nope, not at all.
Now, the next match is Big Bill and Big Business Bad Apple Bounty Hunter Brian Bekeith versus Eddie Kingston and Hook. And Hook grabs the microphone from Eddie Kingston, which is never an advisable thing in this situation.
Never.
And says he talked to Tony Khan and he made this a tornado tag. So it's a tornado tag.
I'm actually happy about that. And they announced it like that because that way it protects their bullshit, does it not? So from now on, TK, if you're going to not care about if the refs don't care about tag matches and the rules, then just call them all tornado matches, man. That way, who cares? The ref doesn't have to stop them from anything, right?
AEW, where the tags are tornado.
Where the tornadoes come and play, right? Exactly. Didn't they used to call it a bedlam match originally?
I don't know if anybody ever called it that.
I'm pretty sure it's the same thing. But anyway, I digress.
Yeah, so, you know, it's a tag team match. And then they hit the back fist. Eddie hits the back fist on Bekeith into the red rum, and he taps out, of course.
I still don't like the fact that Eddie Kingston and Hook sort of won, though. Because I try to be realistic here, man. Look at Big Bill, right? I know Brian Bekeith is small, but I feel like give him a bone, man. You know what I mean? Give him something. I know, look, obviously Kingston and Hook are the wrong guys, but do you think this is leading, obviously, to a Hook versus Kingston where the story's going to be about Kingston teaching his kids some friggin', you know, like some respect and some manners to the point where he's punishing the kids so bad that Taz is going to get involved. He'll be begging him, just stop it. You know what I mean? I could picture if he was a full dirty heel, he needs to be straight up heel, though, for this to work. But again, I think I'm thinking way too far ahead, and they're probably not going to go there. But I hope I'm wrong.
Well, I don't know. It's an intriguing team, I guess, but I just wonder what are they going to do with it. So yeah, I think nothing.
He's got to be right. He's got to be leaning, you think, to some sort of story between these two, right? You think,
as long as they don't just quickly do a Jod de Brodito, I think it'll be okay. But the a la carte of it is Eddie Kingston and Hook. Okay, I'll take it. No problem.
Both bring different flavors, man, which I like. So absolutely.
So Lexi is with the Bangs, and Austin is introduced to Austin here.
Cool.
You know, Ace Austin is a former Bullet Club member, so
he is. But
long-term storytelling.
Come on. I mean, but you're right, he is. But he came along way later on. I'm just saying.
Well,
but still, he's Bullet Club, I guess.
Yeah. And finally, it's time for, looks like there's been enough talk. It's time for the main event. And it is Jamie Hayter versus
what's her name? Fucking
she's dark.
Yeah, what's it called?
She says a hat.
Oh God. The Dark Julia, man.
That was half-hearted. Come on, do the voice.
Oh yeah, shit. Sorry, because it just.
Dark Julia.
Why was this the main event? But
Everybody else was in bed, so.
yeah, but Julia just loses all the time. She's a loser, bro. I don't even know if it's even worth me doing the Dark Julia anymore. She's blonde.
She's still a little dark.
Is she though? I mean,
Or her clothes.
yeah, but
Her
I feel
attitude.
Like they need to give her a bone too, bro. Like, how many losses do you want to get?
Let me ask you a shoot question. What percent of AEW's own fans do you think could tell you the reason that Julia's like this now? The original reason.
Oh, I mean,
Give me a ballpark percentage. What do you think actually, how many actually do you think know?
that's a tough question, dude. I don't think many would really know.
30%? 40%?
I'll go with Liz, 5%.
She said 0.5. It's probably more than
0.5%?
that. 10%?
No, realistically 15.
15%, huh?
I say roughly. Why?
I'm just wondering, like, because like these kind of things I usually remember, but sometimes I forget. So I wonder like what the hardcore fan base, like how much with all this wrestling that comes out, how much can they actually retain in their memory of like,
It's hard.
we just
dude.
accept that Julia's like this and we don't even remember what originally caused it or what she was doing before.
Well,
Even
she's-
Cold-Blooded forgot.
But
Can you guys be
AEW
honest? Can you guys in the chat be honest? And anybody that forgot, can you like put a little hand raise emoji? Like if you forgot, it's okay to be honest. It doesn't mean we're not like calling you out. I'm trying to think
what
because
about
Jimmy's
you?
thinking of giving up Dark Julia. So I want to make sure that this is the right thing to do.
Only because her partner is more dark looking, like per se, with her look than she is lately. Like the last few weeks, she went from dark hair originally, like to back to blonde. You know what I mean? She's not even wearing black a lot of the times. Sometimes she's wearing blue.
Wait, does she ever have black hair? I don't remember that.
I could have sworn she did, man, at one stage.
Nah, I think she's been.
Wait a
blonde all the-
minute. Wait a minute. I'm curious now. What was the dark team called again? With what's his name? In Alistair Black, Malachi Black. What were they called again? Oh, the House of Black. That's it.
Yeah, the House of Black.
Let me just see something. But what would be your percentage actually, Vet?
I don't know. 30,
Wow.
maybe 40%. Maybe 40%.
That's
Remember?
a lot, dude.
Yeah.
Because retaining is bad. Hard, sorry. I'm just-
Well, yeah. Anyways, I'm pretty sure she didn't have black hair, but
gonna
yes,
look it up.
Couponer and Liz are both, they're right. She was a cheerleader with the varsity
right.
varsity
With
club
Pillman
gimmick and yeah. She got misted and then one of her eyes went black
Right.
and then it started spreading until she became totally dark and then she's been dark ever since and now like all those guys are gone.
You're right.
They tried
She's
to
never
restart
dark
it and then Buddy got hurt and now Rodito's tag teaming, so it's like she had to get a triangle. It's weird.
hair. Well, just quietly, she should color her hair black.
Why bother anymore? But anyway, she gets the haterade. She drinks a tall glass of haterade here, and then now here's the heat back, Josh. This is where the heat back comes in, because they kick the shit out of her for a while, and then Queen Aminata comes in, and so apparently we're gonna get a blood and guts match.
Yeah, man. What was up with that, dude? Jamie Hayter announcing that?
I don't know. Why?
I mean,
Why a
come
blood
on.
and guts match?
I don't know. What's the problem? Suddenly, like, really?
I mean, I get it that Queen Aminata and Tekla have been fighting since the day Tekla got there, but
that's them.
Yeah,
But
that's
why
them.
does-
And now you're gonna drag other people into it.
Come on, man. Like, anyway, whatever. Cool. I don't care. It's not gonna freaking. You called this actually, Josh? Really? Wow.
Blood and guts.
Yeah, actually, I should do that.
Blood and guts. Fatality.
What can you say?
Yeah. Blood and guts.
Brilliant. Anyways, that's it. That's
And
how
by
we
the
go
way, I
off
don't
the
know
air.
why-
That's how we end the week. Blood and guts. A promise of blood and some guts. Is that going to be on the 6th anniversary show?
They didn't announce that, right? But so I'm assuming.
I don't know. I mean, whenever it is, we'll be there to cover it. But
We will. And why did I think Julia had black hair freaking one time? Maybe
I don't know a lot of the things why you think them, Jimmy, but here we are.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what else I hope you think? I hope you think it's time to wrap it up.
It is time to wrap it up, as a matter of fact, and we went just under 2 hours. So in saying that, Vet, tell them what you're up to and what you're doing. And actually, are you jumping on the Twitch right after this?
Of course. At Opinion Haver everywhere, including twitch.tv. I could Google myself recently, and I want you guys to understand there's another person, Opinion Haver. He tries to be Opinion Haver.
Wait,
That's
there
not
is?
me. Yeah. He got some of the ones that I didn't get, like Blue Sky. Like he jumped on Blue Sky before. I tried to get on Blue Sky just so I could take the name, but when it first came out, it was invite only, and they took their sweet time inviting me. So I think by the time I got invited, he already took it.
Wow, what pricks.
But his name, like the name he usually uses is, I don't know if he thinks this is funny or whatever, but William B. Fuckley is the name that he uses.
Fuckley?
Yes. And on Twitter, he uses, he couldn't have Opinion Haver, so he put Opinion Haver, like he left the I out. And yet sometimes,
Sorry, bro, it doesn't work.
sometimes when he gets into political arguments with people, I'll get dragged in because they're trying to tag him, but they spell it right. So I get tagged instead of him. And then I'm like, what the hell is this? And I go, oh, it's that guy again. So I just leave that conversation, and get out. But so if you're ever looking for me, and some guy named William B. Fuckley, that is not me trying to be cute. You'll know it's me if it's me. And I have opinion on Haver on most things. So just throwing that out there. That's more important. Everything else, HMG, you already know. You already know all the shows. Rip Rogers, Stevie Richards, Limpin' Ain't Easy. Everybody's great. I love everyone. That's it. Jimmy?
What game are you playing, by the way?
I'm going to see if I can finish Silent Hill F today.
Oh, you still doing that? Is that good, the remake of it?
Hey,
It's not that good.
it's not Dark Me, Professor, I promise. I don't know who this dude is.
He's dark, man. William B. Fuckley.
You know it's not me
seriously.
because he's, again, engaging in politics debates online. So you know damn well that ain't me. That doesn't sound like anything I would ever do.
Yeah, no way. That's so not you, man. But anyway, you're right about when it comes to all the shows. You guys all know what we get up to at this point. But most importantly, please like and subscribe right here on the YouTube channel, because again, the numbers keep going up and we need more support. So please keep sharing us around. We'll very much appreciate that. And I think that's about it.
One real quick thing, Jimmy. Because Zane
that?
said, isn't that why you use 2X? No, the 2X, this is because in my rookie year of HFG, I took
He won two. Yeah,
Yeah, I won 2 hammies.
I remember that.
Yeah, and then that killed the hammies because we never had hammies since then. And
Yeah, what's up with
Ben
that?
never sent me my statues either. So, anyways,
What? He didn't.
the call out. But yeah, so that's with the 2X. I'm a 2-time hammy award winner. I was rookie of the year and pro of the year.
I actually used to introduce you as that too years ago. Now it feels like, as instead of the best in the world, the 2-time opinion haver. I guess champ, whatever you want to call it.
But that's a little lore because I realized that some people that was so long ago that some people have been listening to us even for a long time and may still not know that why that's there. And I just never change it because every time I come on StreamYard, I just leave it how it is. Right. So I just never changed it. But
I like that though. Anyway, man.
Yeah,
it's like an Easter egg now because people now probably don't even know it because, it's been years since then, which is trippy in itself. But I remember that. Funny enough, before we do go, I remember for some reason I was so nervous talking on that. For whatever reason, I fucking botched it, bro. I remember. Like, I had to read a certain spot, totally botched it so bad that I was like, I need to get the hell out of here. Like, it was that bad. But, hey, man, I was still kind of new to the game at the time. Not new, but in terms of hosting, I never used to host, ever. I used to, like, get Chris, if you remember, to host. I'm like, I'm not hosting, you hosting. But anyway, that was back then. This is now. So in saying that, as I said, please like and subscribe. But till next time, I guess we're out, Vet. I am Jimmy T. He is the best in the world, Jamie the Vet Williams. And you've been listening and watching the
Wreckage.
Right here on Heavy Media Group's YouTube channel and, of course, channelattitude.com after the fact. Till next time, see you later and peace.